Hey guys, Justin with AmericanTrucks.com here with a slightly different style of video for you guys. Obviously my Raptor's in the background and it's been a little while since we've shown you the truck since the actual build video, so we figured we'd go for a spin. So what do you say we hop in? Let's go. Now since the build video, guys, I did want to show you, I have added the ADD rock sliders here to basically kind of complete the ADD package with the Stealth Fighter front and rear. You can actually wire up these little LEDs in here, which I haven't done yet because I'm lazy. But there they are. Also, one other thing here, guys, I wanted to show you. Here's one of those trail grapplers. You can see I took a big old chunk out of that thing at some point off-road. It's not down to the steel there, so I mean, it's still holding air. Just kind of a testament to how tough these trail grapplers are from Nitto. But anyway, let's hop in, and what do you say we go for a spin? Kind of a nice gray fall day here in the Northeast. Boom, there we go. But again, this is gonna be more of a general update, if you will, and talk about the truck. It's probably been about 15,000 miles or so now since the build. I drive the balls off of this thing. It's my daily driver, so I mean, I got 22,000 miles on it. Certainly not a garage queen by any stretch of the imagination. As far as a factory truck, has been rock solid. Another big thing that I've really had nothing but good stuff to say about this thing is the ID Motorsports Tune. Again, Matt Alderman did a great job. I mean, the truck is just so much more responsive on the tune. In fact, recently we took the truck up to Buffalo, and because it's just basically all highway miles, I figured I'd put this thing back to stock, throw 87 in it just for the hell of it. And it's amazing the night and day difference between A, octane, but B, also the tune and a stock calibration. The biggest thing that is different to me is the delay in the pedal, which is just god awful. It feels like an eternity with the stock calibration. Throttle response tuned is much, much better, much improved. That's where something, even if you're not comfortable with tuning your truck for whatever reason, something that can be addressed through like a pedal commander or a throttle max, something like that, that kind of takes the delay out of the drive-by-wire. But yeah, so far so good there. ID Motorsports, they did a great job. Highly recommend tuning these trucks. Not just for power, which as you saw from the build, which is pretty stout, but also just because the drivability, the pedal feel, even the miles per gallon got a little bit better for a while there, and then you just start laying into things and that goes out the window. Another big thing I'm loving on this truck are the Alcons, the brakes. $6,000 upgrade for brakes, both front and rear. And a big thing that a lot of guys called out when the original build video aired was the claim stopping distance from Alcon. And guys, what you have to remember here is that's not me making that claim, pulling that out of my you-know-what. That was Alcon's numbers, and they got that figure from a guy named Brad DeBerti, who built a really, really badass Raptor for SEMA a couple years back. And they actually did some testing, and that's where they were able to achieve those figures of about 90-something feet, 60 to 0 with the Alcon kit. Now, granted, his truck is in stock and all that, but they didn't make that figure up. Now, will this truck stop in that short a distance? Probably not. We have seen some testing, third-party testing, that has dramatically reduced stopping distance. Basically, it was like 130 or so feet down to about 105 feet. The point is, it was a substantial difference between a stock setup. So brakes are great. Certainly saved my tail a few times. Some of these crazy Northeast drivers up here. A very worthwhile modification. I'd say more so than, you know, appearance parts like bumpers, you know, rock sliders, things like that, where you're spending the same amount of money at the end of the day, and sure, visually, a set of brakes might not give you that impact as those awesome parts from ADD might, but I would argue the functionality benefits are certainly worth it. Suspension, again, the sway away stuff, I've been overall very happy with the ride. Gotten used to the piggybacks and all that. That's something you just kind of get accustomed to after a while. At first it was a little different. You know, people look at your truck like it's this brand new, you know, very expensive truck, and it's making noises like the exhaust is ready to fall out, but that comes with the territory with these big piggybacks in the rear. Now, full disclosure, guys, I have stayed mostly on-road with this thing, which, let's be honest, is probably most Raptor owners out there. I have taken it off-road, I mean, come on. But at the same time, on-road impressions with the suspension have been great. Off-road, the few times we were off-road, the suspension soaks up everything really, really well. So I'm really happy with how these shocks and struts and everything perform from AFE control and sway away. Super stoked on how these things have performed over the last 15,000 miles. Those trail grapplers, let's talk about them a little bit. Again, something you get kind of accustomed to is the road noise. And these really aren't that bad. Now, sure, compared to like the KO2s or any general all-terrain tire, you're gonna hear a little bit more noise inherently. The voids aren't that huge where you're hearing just that total road noise at all time. There you go. I mean, it's pretty quiet inside the truck. Now, if I were to do it again, which I probably will in about another 10,000 miles when these things will be probably shot, I might consider doing the new Ridge grappler. It's their all-terrain tire. It's going to deliver basically a really aggressive sidewall, kind of like the trail grappler here, but it's going to give you a little bit more mileage and it's going to give you a little less road noise. So I don't mud bog this thing every weekend. You know, the trail grappler might be too aggressive for my general use, but it's an awesome tire. Again, mileage has been pretty good, road noises, you know, whatever. So yeah, I might mix it up next time around, but I've had no complaints about the trail grapplers whatsoever. And yeah, the few times we've been off-road with this thing, one time in particular with the dude in blue, he does a lot of car reviews on YouTube. He actually came out and drove the Raptor for his channel, and we buried this thing pretty good in the middle of some of these pretty deep and big puddles, and the trail grapplers pulled us through. Exhaust, listen, it's certainly a little louder than stock. The Corsa was, that's no surprise, but it never, to me, has gotten old or anything like that. And again, I haul my wife and daughter around here all the time. My wife is not the biggest car fan. I mean, she likes it because I like it, you know, like all wives say, but you know, if it's super loud or super obnoxious, she would certainly tell me, and she's never mentioned anything. So yeah, it's very livable. I probably wouldn't go louder than the Corsa, but I've been very happy with how it sounded over the year. It sounded great, and it's very, very quiet inside the truck. And again, you guys can hear that right now. But overall, guys, I really have been just thrilled with this truck. I mean, every time I'm on the road in this thing, it doesn't matter what, like somebody is giving you a thumbs up. Even guys out there in lifted Super Duties, you know, nice trucks, I could see them eyeing it up a little bit. It's a badass truck, it really is. And I would say it's probably the, you know, exotic, if you will, of the pickup truck world because of its just looks, its stance on the road, and of course with our modifications that we've done, is certainly very unique amongst the sea of F-150s out there. As far as future plans, well, definitely get some more off-road footage. I admit we've been slacking. We need some cool footage of this thing doing what it's intended to do. So you know that's coming. As parts come out, maybe switch a few things around, but for now I'm just enjoying driving the truck. Winter's right around the corner, which means we got some snow days coming. Took this thing out in the snow a few times last year. It is an absolute animal, as you might imagine. Hard to stop this thing in the snow, but this thing still puts a smile on my face every day I get behind the wheel, even if I'm stuck in traffic, but more so when I get to take it off-road and use it for its intended purpose. Taking it to the beach a couple times this summer just for some, it's really not wheeling per se. I just like to take it out, see how it handles the sand, and it certainly doesn't break a sweat, as you might imagine. I've had some pretty fun cars. This might be one of my favorite cars I've ever owned, or trucks. It's gonna be hard to let this one go if and when that time comes. But for now, yeah, I'm really digging my time with the 2017 Raptor here. Now the 2019s are coming out and they look awesome. Now granted, not a whole lot has changed visually. Some slight tweaks, but the big story there, of course, is no doubt the adaptive suspension from Fox, which I would love to basically retrofit onto this truck. I doubt it's possible because knowing what we know about the MagneRide stuff, so much of that system on the Mustang is kind of intertwined or integrated into the Mustang. It's just really hard to rip all that stuff out and then put it onto another car. So who knows, maybe Ford Performance will make something like that possible for us Gen 2 owners. You know, the 17 and 18 guys out there. And I think they're gonna be pretty badass. The trail control mode is very cool. Jump mode, obviously, where it lets the shocks basically go full sag, full droop, and then go full stiff for the impact, or basically the landing. So I like the direction Ford's going there. Now, despite the clickbait articles, you might see that 2019 does not have a V8, so you guys will have to wait another year there, at least. Who knows, man? At this point, I'm kind of losing faith that it will ever happen, judging by the direction of Ford. But again, the V6, the twin-turbo V6, the EcoBoost, is not a bad engine. Doesn't sound nearly as good as a V8, but this thing has walked several Gen 1 trucks in addition to other V8-powered pickup trucks on the road. So say what you will about the sound, but it has no problem getting up and out of its own way pretty quickly, especially with that ID tune. And I love it, man. It is just a really cool truck to drive. Well, drop us a comment if you want more updates like this, and we'll keep doing them. But in the meantime, guys, thanks again for watching this update on the Gen 2 Raptor here, which I love. And we hope you guys dig it as well. But for now, guys, thanks for watching again. And for all things F-150 and Raptor, keep right here at AmericanTrucks.com.